That was Nate McMillan. Now we go to Trae Young.
We will go ahead and begin with a question from Zach Klein.
I guess the message afterwards, Trae, was you got one checkbox done, split, go back home, and something tells me Friday night's going to be rocking at State Farm.
Yeah, shit, I hope so. I hope so. I hope the fans are ready to rock the house on Friday.
Christos.
Hey, Trae, what are the takeaways of those two games for your team from your perspective? And what do you need to improve on Game 3 after that loss tonight?
I think it was good the way we came out here and got a game. Obviously, they're a really good team on their floor. So getting one game out here was something we wanted to at least do. Came up short in this game, but I'm proud of the way we fought. Obviously, they came out there hitting some shots and they came out ready to play. So for us, we gotta make the adjustments and proper adjustments going into Game 3, and we'll be all right.
Chris Kirshner.
Hey, Trae, what do you feel like, let me rephrase that, what did you think of the way you guys defended as a team there tonight?
I don't think we did a good job. As a group, I think we could have done a little bit better. Obviously, they scored a lot early on and quick. But for us, we know what we did wrong, and we gotta make the right adjustments going into Game 3, and that part of it, that end is especially containing Joe a little bit better. It's something that we gotta focus on a little more.
Sarah.
Hey Trae, Kevin obviously gave you guys a big kind of spark off the bench tonight. Just all postseason long, but obviously tonight as well. Just what have you seen out of Kevin?
He's been doing really good, knocking down shots, being ready, being aggressive, and it's good to see him doing that. We're going to need him to continue to be aggressive for us and be ready to knock down some shots for us. So he's been playing great. We're going to need him to continue to do that if we're going to finish out the series strong.
Jeff Schultz.
Trae, this is the same situation you guys faced, obviously, after the first two games in the New York series. How much can you draw from that, coming back home 1-1?
Yeah, obviously we all know it's the same kind of setup that we had last series. But at the same time, it's still last series. You got to focus on this one. They're a really good team. We got to focus on the adjustments going into Game 3, and but understand we're going back home, and we got our fans we're going to be able to play in front of, and we got to use that momentum and our home court advantage to our advantage. So it's a good thing we're going back home.
And can I ask you, were they doing anything against you outside of the arc tonight defensively that bothered you, or was it just one of those nights?
Nah, they were doing this, pretty much the same thing. They switched. Obviously, Ben was guarding me a little bit more tonight, but I had a lot of shots that I was open and they didn't fall, and wish they would have fallen for my team, but we got to get better for next game.
Chris.
DeAndre's been ruled out in the last minute, both games. I'm curious, what have your conversations been like with him to kind of keep his spirits up, and what have you seen out of him just being on the bench with the guys?
Yeah, obviously he's trying his best to get back on the floor and all that, and I don't know. It's injuries is an individual thing, and it's never a team thing when it comes to injuries to an individual. I think. When you get injuries, you got to take care of your body and understand you know your body more than anybody else. So I think Dre's kind of doing that for himself, and I don't blame him. His knee's pretty swollen, so I know him. He wants to be out on that court playing with us, but I know he's definitely cautious about his body too.
I'm sorry, Chris. Go ahead.
When they have 2-3 guys on the wing who can score with the way Philly does, how much do you miss someone like DeAndre, who was arguably the best perimeter defender for you?
Yeah. No, you miss him a lot. You definitely miss his presence, especially on that defensive end. He's I mean, a great on-ball defender, and even a help side defender. He's really good at reading defenses and things like that. So and at the same time, he can go on the other end and score too. So we're definitely missing a big piece of our offense and our defense with Trae being out. But nobody feels sorry for us, so we still gotta find a way to win.
Just a couple more to Zach.
I think my math is right, Trae, but I think I had you with just one made free throw and just a few attempts in that first quarter. Were you just trying to get more guys involved, or was it just trying to find a rhythm tonight for you offensively?
I think for me it was they were showing a lot of attention early on, especially getting screens. They were kind of doubling and making me get off the ball. So it's really just within the flow of the game. I mean, the defense is going to tell me what I'm going to do. So I just go out there and make the right play or try to every possession and live with the results. So whether they're forcing me to score a lot more that night or whether they're forcing me to pass the ball, it's my job to make the right play to the right player. So that's how it kind of went tonight. They were just showing me a lot more bodies.
Final question from Maria.
Hi, Trae. Hope you're well. What do you think are the strengths that you and your team have to step up and get ready for the next games back home?
I think we got a lot of weapons and a lot of guys very focused and mentally ready for any challenge. And this is obviously a big challenge for us, going up against the 1 seed in the East. So we're going back home now, being able to play in front of our fans. Going to try to use that energy that they bring and give us and momentum for us. See y'all Friday.
Talking about feeding the pig, now we'll go to the opposite head coach, Nate McMillan, for the Hawks.
Hey, Nate. Just kind of from the end of the third quarter, I know Milton hits that big three, and then going into the fourth quarter, just what were the biggest things that tripped you guys up kind of in the fourth?
Whenever we got close, we turned the ball over, or we either gave up, a basket. We didn't really do a good job of controlling or establishing our defense all night long. It really started in the points in the paint in the first quarter. We had a ton of turnovers. We, finished the game with 19 turnovers. 18 turnovers, and those are two things that we talked about we couldn't do, is turn the ball over, allow them to get out into transition, and that's pretty much what they did.
Chris Kirshner.
Hey Nate, what have you thought of the job Clint has done guarding Embiid so far through 2 games?
Well, he's a problem down in the post. We're trying to mix up our defense with him. I think at times he's getting too deep. Our double teams are not getting there quick enough, and he's pretty much taking advantage of the deep coverage. The deep post up, getting to the free throw line or scoring. So. We got to clean that up, get better. He pretty much has had his way in the first 2 games down on the block.
When the Sixers wings have games like they did tonight, is this one of those matchups where you guys miss someone like DeAndre and Cam to be those perimeter defenders that can get out there?
Oh, we absolutely had the surgery, but we were able to play and do some good things in game 1 without him. So again, it's just a part of the game, these injuries. We certainly are a better ball club when he's out on the floor with us, because he just does so many things. He's not only can he defend multiple positions, but he can also, he's an option on the offensive end of the floor.
Zach Klein.
Coach, were there any major differences between the way Philly approached Game 1 and Game 2, or was it just a combination of the shooting flipped from the series opener tonight, where they were hot and you guys were cool as the difference in 180 in game one?
I think that was part of it, Zach. I thought we settled early. I thought we took some quick shots in that first quarter. And, those are the things that we didn't want to do. Whenever you're playing against a really good defensive team like Philadelphia, New York, you can't, they defend your first and your second option. And what I mean by that, if you're coming down and you're not passing the ball and you're just jacking shots, or you're coming down, you're making one pass and a shot, they're going to defend that. We got to get to our third and our fourth options, make them defend, get them moving from side to side. I thought we settled and took some quick contested shots early. A lot of those shots, along with the turnovers,